Howdy y'all, I got the Bulldog on the channel. Now, I tried several times to make this video yesterday, but it wasn't to be. I don't know if my phone was down on power or what, but it kept glitching and glitching until it would just shut itself off, and I'd turn the camera around and find out I'd been talking to just the back of my phone for 10 minutes. This is different because you can see me. I was pretty upset yesterday with that Corvette, specifically the labor times given for what was, in my mind, a big job. So I'm going to show y'all how we come up with what we charge, what we're the industry standard about what we charge, you know, as far as standardized labor times. Here's our program here. I'll go to the estimator and wait for it to load. There we go. Now, we'll go over here, engine mechanical. And then down here at the bottom, mechanical. And then we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom. And right there is valve cover gasket. Click on that. And here we go. Valve cover gasket. Both left or right. It calls for 1.5 hours for both of them. An hour for the left side and 0.8 hours for the right side. And there where air conditioning interferes, it adds 0.3 hours. So basically for that right side valve cover, it calls for 1.1 hours to put it on. Now, I'll show you something else. We'll go up here to parts and labor, back down to heating and air, AC compressor, 4-cylinder radial compressor, 1.1 hours labor. You have to pull off that AC compressor in order to have room to pull the valve cover out. .8 to do the valve cover, adding on an additional time of 0.3 to do the AC. That calls for 1.1 to do the AC by itself. The labor times are like that on everything. The times that they show in here on a lot of this stuff, they don't differentiate between a Corvette or a Caprice. It's just a 350. Just a 5.7 liter engine, no difference. Well, there's no difference in the block, and there's minimal difference in the pieces that are mounted to it. The difference comes in how it is situated in the vehicle, which includes being shoved up underneath the firewall on the Corvette, trying to get it as far back as possible. That means you can't pick up the back of the valve cover to get it out of there, which they mean to do on the other vehicles because you have 3 inches of room behind the engine. On this car, there's 1 inch. And in that 1 inch is the dipstick tube, spark plug wires, the loom for the electronic fuel injection. It's full. So that's why I get upset. I figured I'd just click you through that and show you some of the stuff that you have to overcome. Yeah, the standardized does give me a little extra sometimes, but on the whole, no, it doesn't. At the end of the day, the hours that I put in on vehicles versus the hours that are charged, yeah, that sounds like a lot of money per hour, you know, with the labor rate and what I make, but if you actually divide it out, it's minimum wage or less. There ain't nobody out there screaming fight for 15 for me. They're wanting to pay me as little as possible. Not my employer, the person writing the check, the customer. That's why our industry is shrinking. That's why those that really don't care to hand you that gigantic bill aren't affected. It's going to get worse. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it around. We'll talk to you later.